is Border Battle 5. Oklahoma City is the center of the softball world, a perfect place to settle the border battle every year between the U.S. and Canada. This is Border Battle 5, presented by ASA Softball, the top elite players from both nations. And Team USA has won 3 of the first 4 border battles. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Oklahoma City. I'm Clay Matvick. Just about everybody has played softball at one time or another. There are 100,000 teams registered to ASA Softball in the United States alone, but very few have played at this level, which we're going to see today, the elite level. But my partner has, Doug Flynn, 11 years in the major leagues, even has 2 World Series rings and a Gold Glove with the New York Mets back in 1980. After that, played 8 years of elite-level softball. Glad to be joined by Doug Flynn here today. And Doug, you know just how fun the game of softball can be and how important this game is to these 2 teams.
Well, I tell you, Clay, when I got out of baseball, I wanted to continue to play because I felt like that I still had some competitive juices. Yeah. Little did I know how much softball had improved from 15 years ago when I first started playing. Today, we see the best in the world. And to a man on both teams, they say this is the proudest that they've ever been wearing a uniform with their country's name on it.
All right, there are some rules that we have to tell you about. Tell us about the rules to Slopitch softball.
Well, first of all, you start with a 1-and-1 count. And then there's a 10 home run limit, which really brings the defense into this ball game. Any home run after 10, then is an out. Also, once you get 2 strikes, if you hit a foul ball, you're out as well. You don't want guys up there fouling off pitches all day long. And there's a run rule. 20 after 4 innings, 15 after 5. We've only had that happen once in this ball game. I don't expect that to happen today.
Well, Team USA won the border battle last year, and again, they've won 3 of the first 4, and Brian Wegman has been significant in those games.
Brian Wegman is one of the best players in the country because he's a two-way player. Great offensive player and a great defensive player as well.
And for Team Canada, they've got a savvy veteran in Todd Cadenhead. This is his 5th national team.
Well, it is, and he's the captain of this ball club. He's also the 2nd oldest on the team, but it seems like that every year he seems to come back and play well in this ball game.
All right, we're set. Border Battle 5, presented by ASA Softball. The U.S. and Canada, they start swinging for the fences next. ASA is brought to you by ASA Softball. Play ASA. General Tire. Anywhere is possible. And by Lumber Liquidators. Hardwood floors for less. Oklahoma City, it really is a softball mecca, the home of ASA Hall of Fame Stadium. And the ASA Hall of Fame just across the way. All right, today's lineup's brought to you by General Tire. Here is the Canadian starting lineup. Dave Bolt leads it off. He's one of 7 players from Ontario. Frank Henry, Todd Cadenhead, who we talked about, James Kelly. There is middle infielder Jeff Zanoli, Claude Chasson, Ryan Wood, Al Blay, Jeff Gare, Chris Parr, and Sean Germain. Very familiar names. If you've been watching international softball in recent years, a lot of great ball players on that roster. And there is Kevin Bazat, the middle infielder for Team USA. He's got ants in his pants. He is going to be fun to watch here today.
He is exciting, and what he'll do is he will try to throw these hitters off. As we see a fly ball down the left field.
And it's caught. David Bolt has his ball run down by Ryan Wegman over there in the corner.
We had just talked about Wegman and what a good defensive player he was as well as offensive player. Bolt that time trying to hit a ball down the left field line, got under it just a little bit.
So Brian Wegman retires Bolt. There's one down for Team Canada. And that'll bring up Frank Henry. Henry, the team's top hitter right now, hitting .800 for the tournament. He went 4 for 5 last year against Team USA in the border battle. Pitch from Gino Buck right back up the middle, and that's why pitchers are now starting to wear a face mask, because the ball comes back up the middle in a hurry.
These pitchers are a rare breed because the ball is coming back so fast. See Gino Buck with the face mask. Here's a line drive that just gets by his glove. And it was a little surprising. Kevin Bazat was over there, but just a little bit out of his reach. He's going to be fun to watch, Clay, the whole game, because he's trying to throw off the tempo of these hitters.
And now here's Cadenhead. The veteran has been on all 5 national slow pitch teams for Team Canada. His nickname is Cap, because he is the captain and the second oldest member of this Canadian team. Now again, strategy is a big part of the slow pitch game here, Doug, and they don't want to burn up home runs early. They're trying to get base runners on for the 2- and 3-run home run, but there's a double play turned by the U.S., and Team USA shuts out Team Canada here in the top of the first.
That is big, very big for the first inning. Canada hoping to get off to a good start, but they didn't.
No score for Canada in the top of the first. The U.S. coming up. When you think elite athletes, softball doesn't come to mind, but it should.
Most people affiliate Slopitch softball with, you know, the guys in the beer league or whatever it might be, and these guys dedicate themselves, and they're athletes, and so their speed, athleticism, their strength at the plate, arm strength, all those type of things are really showcased here, especially at this level.
Here are tonight's keys to the game presented by Progressive, Doug.
Well, for Canada, they need to make the routine play. I think last year they had a couple of errors that really hurt them, cost them 14 runs, and they need to keep the USA from having the very big inning that they're used to having. For the United States, use your home runs strategically. That means no solo shots, hit 2- and 3-run homers, and score early and dominate the big inning.
Last year, a couple of errors for Team Canada was the Canadians' undoing. They had a bad inning, couple of errors led to 14 unearned runs for Team USA in that 32-21 win a year ago. Bryson Baker leads it off for the Americans. And the 37-year-old takes the first pitch. Fourth national team for Bryson. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, it's a 1-1 count as soon as the hitter steps in. Hit hard through the hole on the left side, and Baker is aboard.
One of the best base hitters in the game.
General Tire's starting lineup for Team USA. After Baker, it's Wegman, Kevin Philby, Brett Helmer, a Hall of Famer, Jeff Hall, Robert Blackburn, Gino Buck, the pitcher, Rick Baker, Lee Powers, Jeff McGavin, and Kevin Bazan. They bat 11.
They bat 11, and I see one name on there, and to tell you you're getting a little older, I played with his daddy.
Dropping in front of the right fielder, Jermaine Brian Wegman with a base hit. Back-to-back singles for Team USA, and that'll bring up Kevin Philby. And now the strategy here, Doug, is to go for the home run.
Well, with 2 outs, probably would see him doing that. I think now that they've got a chance to have a big inning and there's nobody out, he may try to base hit it first. That way they won't give up, a home run, but still have a chance to have a huge inning.
And when you say give up a home run, that's because they've got a limit of 10.
That is exactly right. The goal is to get 30 runs with those 10 home runs. So this may be a chance where they turn him loose, and we'll see how far he can hit it.
Big Kevin Philby, the extra hitter. He's swinging for the fences. Deep fly into the corner in right field. And now it's a 2-2 count on Philby. First left-hander in the lineup for Team USA. He's 30 years old. He was on last year's Futures team and got the promotion this year, and this is going to leave.
He did not miss this one.
Home run. 3-run shot for Kevin Philby, the first home run for the Americans. And he started to walk toward the dugout, Doug, but on TV here today, we're going to let him round the bases.
Well, I think you should. They get a chance to be on national TV. We'll see what kind of home run trots they had, how many guys are trying to imitate the big leaguers. But most of these guys have come up with some unique ways of getting around the bases, and it's good. Get them some TV time. You and I mentioned earlier, this looks like a football team.
Yes, it does.
There are some big fellas playing this game.
Philby, one of the brightest young stars in USA softball right now. Tons of power, as you can see.
And you notice that ball was up in the zone, and most of these hitters like the ball that's up because they can spin it the way they want and get their extension on it. And he certainly did that.
Here's another guy who can hit it a long way, Brett Helmer. He is a softball Hall of Famer, 5th time on the national team. His first year playing softball was 1992, at the elite level anyway, so he's been around a long time.
He really has, and he is a gentleman, and you watch a man this big that can hit it that far can also base hit it.
And he does here, so another man on, still nobody out for Team USA. And here is the General Tire defensive setup for Team Canada. Chason, Bolt, Germain in the outfield, Kelly, Blaze, Zanoli, Gare, Cadenhead from third to first, and Wood is behind the plate. Chris Parr is pitching. He does not wear a mask. We're seeing more and more pitchers in slow pitch softball wearing the mask, however.
If I was pitching, I would wear a mask.
I would too. Line drive to left. That's a tough play. Chason makes a very tough catch in front of the warning track for out number 1.
We talked about the athleticism of both of these ball clubs. That ball was sinking line drive. As you see, Hall takes a good swing. He's trying to really get some overspin on that, but a nice play by the left fielder.
So Jeff Hall, He's on his first national team, is out number 1 for the Americans, and that'll bring up Robert Blackburn. He's considered a youngster on this national team, 32 years old. And that's because many of the elite level softball players in this country get to their prime in their 30s and 40s.
Well, that's true. In my first year, I was 35 already.
That is a tough play for Al Blay, the shortstop for Team Canada. Trying to turn 2, gets the force at second to retire Helmer. Al Blackburn beats it out for the fielder's choice.
Al Blay did a good job that time. That ball is hit hard. Television may not let you know just exactly how fast this ball is getting through the infield. But I promise you, when you've got 250 to 60-pound guys swinging a 30-ounce bat, it gets there in a hurry.
3-0, the United States on top of Team Canada here in ASA Border Battle 5. We're in the bottom of the first. This is Gino Buck, the pitcher. He's going deep to center. And this may carry out. The center fielder, Dave Bolt, reaches up and makes the catch. So the United States is done here in the first, but they take a 3-0 lead.
Dave Bolt's outstanding center fielder went back. There's a good look at the home run by Philby that puts the United States on the board.
U.S. puts up a crooked number with the home run. 3-run shot by Kevin Philby. There he is. And we go to the second inning. General Tire defense for Team USA. Wegman, Baker, and Blackburn. Powers, McGavin, Bazat, Bryson Baker, Hall, Helmer, and Buck. The Bakers not related.
They're not related, and this is an outstanding defensive ball club. We've had a chance to watch them over a couple of ball games, and then most of these players have come back. The fun part is going to be watching the way Bazat plays up the middle.
It'll be James Kelly, the 4-hole hitter, to lead it off for Team Canada here in the second inning. They went scoreless in the first. Cadenhead grounding into a double play to end it. And that's an illegal pitch by Gino Buck.
There has to be a certain amount of arc on the ball. That was a little flat.
This one hit high and deep to left. This is going to carry out for James Kelly. Now I'm going to ask you right away, Doug, is that a mistake? It's an impressive home run, but is it a mistake with no outs and the bases empty?
Yes, it is, because you would like to have a couple of men on. You don't want to waste a home run, especially this early in the ball game. Now, late in the game, it's a little bit different. But the idea is to try to get 1 or 2 men on and get 2 or 3 runs. That's a 400-foot home run right there. As you say, very impressive. But I'm sure he'd like to have it back.
So James Kelly out of Ontario, whose nickname is the Rook, puts one on top of the building over the left center field wall. It's 3-1 now, Team USA here in the top of the second. And brings up Jeff Zanoli. Zanoli line drive through the hole, left side, base hit. And that's what Canada wants, base runners.
They need the base runners. I tell you, this kid is a good-looking young ball player. He's got great hands, probably the best hands on the team. And he's shown you right there hitting in the 5 position, because all of these guys can hit home runs. The idea is to become a good base hitter when you only have a 10 home run limit. So most of these players grew up learning how to hit for power. Now have had to learn how to hit singles.
And now here's Claude Chazon out of Quebec. He had a 2-run home run to get the scoring started against the Futures team yesterday. Hit another 2-run home run in the 4th when you and I were watching. Very impressive. And he can also hit line drives, but how about that catch by Gino Buck?
That is a great play right there. Really good reactions. You can see why they're wearing a face mask now, because this ball gets back in a hurry. Just really, really quick reactions.
Looked like a goaltender there making a glove save.
You know, that's a good analogy. Most of these pitchers, after they throw the ball, become goalies.
So 1 out for Team Canada here in the 2nd. And now Ryan Wood trying to go to the opposite field. Does a nice job. Good piece of hitting. 2 on with 1 out here for Team Canada. That is an art.
It is an art. Having had to do both, it really is an art. And now we'll probably see a home run. There's a 450 sign, which, folks, is very reachable with these guys today.
Now the shortstop, Al Blay. We'll see if he can hit that 450 sign, which is a long way to straightaway center. He's from Maple, Ontario. Big cut. Goodbye home run. There is the 3-run shot for Team Canada. And now they're ahead 4-3.
Kind of what we expected. This is going to be a pretty close ball game. Team Canada a little nicked up with some of their players, but when that adrenaline gets flowing and you're playing for your country and against the United States, who are considered the best in the world, we watch this. Oh, that's just a perfect softball swing. Ball up in the zone. He gets great extension on it. It's at about 375.
Most youngsters, their entire baseball career, they're told not to try to hit a home run. Just put a good swing on the ball. In this game, though, it's different. Get a couple of guys on. The idea is to hit a home run.
That's exactly right. You see a nice play out by Bryson Baker. That was never one of my issues. No one ever told me not to hit a home run.
How many home runs did you hit in your baseball career?
Oh, I hit a very paltry 7. But as I tell my friends, they were all in the big leagues.
Jeff Gare is out for the 2nd out here for Team Canada. But you hit a ton in softball.
Well, I won't know about a ton, but a bunch.
This would have been gone had it stayed fair, but it's foul for Chris Parr.
You know, when I look at the size of the players as compared to back in the day when I first started, they're all so much bigger. I played about 180 pounds, and, you know, 180 pounds gets you to carry the bat bag if you're able.
Line drive to left by Parr. There is Wegman to make the out, but Canada takes the lead. Al Blay, a 3-run home run to left. After the home run by Kelly, it's 4-3 Team Canada. Matvick and Doug Flynn back here in Oklahoma City for Border Battle 5, presented by ASA Softball. It's 4-3 Team Canada as we go to the U.S. 2nd. ESPN's coverage of summer softball continues as the USA takes on Japan in the 2013 General Tire World Cup of Softball tonight at 9 on ESPN, also live on Watch ESPN. Me and the great Michelle Smith, two-time U.S. gold medalist, will be along for that one. Hope you can join us. All right, bottom of the second for Team USA. It'll be Rick Baker to lead it off. You said 30 runs was kind of the golden number for these teams. That's what they're shooting for, and they have 10 home runs to work with.
That's exactly right. If you look at the scores over the first 4 ball games, 32, I think, has been the most runs that have been scored, and anytime you get to 30, you win. So that's kind of the number that both of these teams are shooting for. However, they're both capable of scoring a lot more.
Yeah, Team USA put up 32 last year in a win over Team Canada. 32-21 was the final. All right, so here's Rick Baker, the left-handed hitter, center fielder for Team USA. He's from St. Leon, Indiana.
When you start analyzing these guys and you say one of the best in the world, you could almost say that about each and every one that's up to the plate.
Baker, a 5-time national team member, and he draws a walk here to start the second inning.
Well, he's another one of those two-way players. He's an outstanding outfielder. He has really good speed, a good base hitter, but can hit from power as well. You know, he just looks like he gets better and better every year. The older he gets, like a good wine, he just gets better.
And now Lee Powers to hit. And just by looking at him, you can see that he does indeed have power. Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina native. Big cut down the line, and that's fair. He's going to roll all the way to the wall. Baker will round third. Here he comes. He's going to try to score and will. And the U.S. ties it up at 4 on an RBI double by Powers.
I played with Powers' uncle and his father, who were outstanding softball players, Todd and Jimmy Powers, and they were better gentlemen than they were players. As you see him with this great swing, he was bred to be a softball player with that family. Good swing. That's what you want, just a good solid line drive down the line.
And now the shortstop, Jeff McGavin. Line drive, back up the middle, base hit. We'll see if Powers tries to score. He will not, as Steve Shortland, Team USA head coach, holds him up there. So runners at the corner, still nobody out here in the second inning for Team USA.
Yeah, now's the time where wouldn't be surprised if they went ahead and got a home run. Of course, they don't have any outs. They may continue to try to base hit it. USA has had some really big innings. They had a 17-run inning in one year. They had a 20-run inning in another year. So they're very capable of busting loose at any time.
This is Kevin Bazat, the middle infielder out of Columbia, Missouri. He made last year's Futures team, got the promotion this year. Line drive back up the middle for out number 1. Now let's meet Bryson Baker, the leadoff hitter for Team USA.
Hi, my name is Bryson Baker, and I play second base. My favorite athlete is Dustin Pedroia. My nickname is Bees.
And a 37-year-old husband and father of 3, 4th national team for Bryson Baker. Said it before, he is an excellent leadoff man.
Yeah, one of the best hitters in the country. And as we talked to the players yesterday, that's what we heard.
Oh, and he's got great power, too. Oh, my. That's on top of the building. Home run, a 3-run shot for Team USA. And that adds to the Americans' lead.
As I said, each and every one of these guys can hit it a long way.
500-foot home runs have been attained by these elite-level players.
Absolutely. And I think 400 is very common as we see this ball, which is out there close to that range. A great swing. But he can base hit it as he did the first time up, and that's just a beautiful softball swing.
So 7-4, Team USA on top. And Brian Wegman comes back up. He was on the first national team in 2009 and everyone since.
Brian has his own softball complex, so he's around the game even when he's not out here playing.
And now it's 3-2 as Wegman takes a strike. Swung on, hit to center. Is this going to get out?
Oh, yeah.
It is going, gone.
And you can see how disgusted Brian is. He was trying to hit up the middle, and these guys are so strong. That's not a home run that he'll be very proud of because he kind of wasted one right there.
Well, Wegman with a single his first time up, and yeah, that's a disgusted look on his face. If you're just tuning in, again, there is a 10 home run limit, and they're trying to use them wisely. And here's Kevin Philby now, the extra hitter for Team USA, who hit a 3-run home run his first time up. And that's what we mean by using them wisely. They want guys on base when they get them out of here.
Exactly.
Philby back up the middle, off the glove of Zanoli, the middle infielder. And that's going to be a hit for Kevin Philby.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough play, even if Zanoli got a hold of it. He was shading him a little bit the other way, and that ball was hit to the shortstop side, so he had a long way to go.
1 out for Team USA here in the second. They have an 8-4 lead in the ASA Border Battle 5 here in Oklahoma City. And Brett Helmer cuts loose, sends it toward the gap. It's going to one-hop the fence. Philby will pull up at third base, second and third for Team USA here with 1 out in the second inning.
Boy, I am just amazed. Each time I see these guys that are that big that can base hit it that well.
Yeah, Helmer over 1,000 career home runs, but he's got the patience at the plate to get a pitch that he knows he can drive and not send it out of the park.
If you knew how much practice these guys took, batting practice, every single day, they take it very seriously. And, you know, that's why softball to me was so special, because when I first started into it after baseball, I was amazed at the preparation it took for these guys.
Now here's Jeff Hall going to right field. On the run, Sean Germain tracks it down. Sacrifice fly as Philby comes home. Helmer advances to third. And there are 2 down here for the Team USA with a 9-4 lead now.
Well, obviously he wasn't trying to hit the ball in the air, trying to hit a base hit down the right field line, but it's not as easy as it looks.
And now Robert Blackburn. Blackburn's nickname is Robo. Currently works as a property manager. These guys, many of them have jobs away from softball, but they still manage to get that training in and earn a spot on the national team.
They do, and there's a process to make this ball club. Most of these guys play on traveling elite teams, and then they're selected to play on the United States team. In Canada, they have a round-robin tournament. Then they select their players from that.
Here Blackburn draws a walk. The Indian Trail, North Carolina native is on. Runners at the corners.
And that's a gift right there, because now you have 2 men on base, and you have a good hitter in Buckup who is capable of hitting this ball out of the ballpark.
Third straight national team for Geno Buck, the Red Wing, Minnesota native. Waiting for a pitch he likes. Geno Buck, line drive. Did he make the catch at short? Yeah, Al Blay got his glove under it to make the catch for out number 3. That was a tough play, Doug.
It was a tough play, and it's a wasted opportunity for the U.S., but a nice defensive play there by Al Blay.
Well, we played 2 here in Oklahoma City, Border Battle 5. It's been entertaining so far, and the U.S. leads by 5. 9-4 Team USA as we head to the third inning here in Oklahoma City. Steve Shortland, retired Master Sergeant from the U.S. Air Force, is the head coach again this year for Team USA, and his club has a 5-run lead.
They really do. Steve, Doug Flynn up here. You guys have come out swinging the bats pretty good, but a couple of innings where I know you would have liked to have seen a few more points on the board.
Yeah, well, that's never not going to happen. I'd like to get as many runs as we always can. So it's typical. I mean, I said this last year. It's kind of our MO. We always have this slow start, and I encourage my guys to play in a bubble and kind of forget about everything else that's going on around us with the TV cameras and the crowd. And it usually takes a couple innings to get into that mode and just forget about everything else and just start to play. So it's still early. We're doing pretty good. I'll take 9 runs at this point and a lead with a home field advantage. I like our odds.
You've been the head coach for Team USA, Steve, since 2009, and I know you like to teach. How does your military experience apply here now as head coach of Team USA?
One word: structure. You know, a lot of times in the softball communities, there's not a lot of structure on the ball field and what have you. And believe it or not, even players at this level, as experienced as they are, they crave structure. They want, discipline out here. I'm not talking about, discipline in a military sense, but just from a schedule standpoint and organization standpoint, they seem to really like that, and they thrive on it. So,
Steve, what has been the key to success here in the first 4 border battles as we see a home run here that leads off the inning for Team Canada by Sean Germain to make it 9-5. But Team USA has had pretty good success in this game. What's been the key, Steve? Well,
I think just the collection of talent. I think it's widely recognized that we probably have the best players in the world here in this nation. And I've said this 1,000 times, all the talent in the world doesn't do you any good if you don't have the chemistry. And we've been blessed over the last 5 years to have a collection of guys that kind of seem to get it when they come in here. They understand how important it is to represent USA. And the fact that they're great ball players, all that seems to mix really well. So I think a lot of it's chemistry, but, talent as well.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
All right. Hey, Doug, you want to come down and play a few innings?
I think I'm in the right place, Steve. Thank you, though.
Buddy. Yeah, I'll take care.
I don't know. I saw you throwing it around earlier. You can still do it.
No.
Back to the top of the Canadian lineup. Dave Bolt, a line drive that almost splits the defenders in the outfield, but tracked down by Robert Blackburn. This is a long run for Blackburn, but he makes it again look very easy. And Steve Shortland was right. These are the elite level players in this game.
Well, that's where the game has changed so much, in that it used to be just an offensive game. If you were big, you'd hit home runs and you just out-muscle people. But now, with only a 10 home run limit, you have to play defense.
One out here now for Frank Henry for Team Canada.
I don't think I would mess with Steve Shortland, do you?
No. He, just like his players, is a big man. He was a great player in his own right for the Air Force All-Stars and many elite teams over the years. There's a one-out single for Henry, his second hit today.
And just like Grant Garrett, the skipper with the Canadian team, who was a 6-time national champ, 3 as a player and 3 as a coach. So we have 2 very experienced coaches here.
And now Todd Cadenhead. Cadenhead against Team USA last year had a great day at the plate. 4 for 5, drove in a bunch of runs, hit a 445-foot home run. Wow. Was the final measurement. Looking for his first hit here today. His first time up, grounded into a double play that ended the first inning.
Hit the ball hard, was trying to lift it, but hit it right at the shortstop, and it made for a pretty easy double play.
There's Henry at first. Cadenhead, big swing down the line. If it stays fair, there's no doubt about it, it's gone. Foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cadenhead.
You hear a lot of encouragement coming out of both dugouts, trying to pull for their team, and that's one of the parts of this game that I enjoyed the most.
Another bid at a home run, but this one popped up short left. McGavin, the shortstop, called off by Wegman. And just like baseball, communication in the field is key, and the U.S. has it down pat.
That was perfectly done. As you're an infielder and the ball goes up in the air, you want to take charge. So you go as far as you can until you hear somebody call you off. That's exactly what we see here. Jeff McGavin going out, he's calling, I got it, until all of a sudden he hears Wegman take control. Great communication that time.
And now this one sent to left by James Kelly. And this is going to be a 2-run home run for Kelly. His second home run today. He had a solo shot to lead off the second. That 2-run blast makes it 9-7 Team USA.
Well, Canada is staying close. And over the years, they've been able to have a lead going into the 4th, 5th, or 6th inning. And only one year were they able to hang on in that very thrilling 1-run ball game. And that was effortless. These guys are so strong, Clay, that they can just take nice, easy swings and the ball jumps off their bat.
That is the 4th home run for Team Canada. Again, the limit is 10, so we'll keep track of that number for you. It's going to get more important as the game wears on. Did that skip off the base?
It hit the base, and he was played absolutely perfect by Kevin Bazat.
Jeff Sinoli goes right back off the base at second for a base hit with 2 down.
That's when you know you're good, when you can start aiming for the bases. You see it up the middle, ball hits it and takes it. This is going to be a good look at it right here. Look, he's right in position. Oh, hits the bag. See, that only happens to the good hitters. The bad hitters, that'll miss it and you'll be out. Boom.
Bazat normally would have made that play, but skips off the base. Maybe you would have made it. You were a Gold Glover in your day.
I would not have made it after it hit that bag.
Now here's Claude Chazon.
And let me just say, these kids out here can field.
Oh boy.
Whether you play big league baseball or not, the ball's coming just as fast off of this softball bat as it is in baseball.
3-1 to Claude Chazon out of Quebec. By the way, your French is excellent. I have to compliment you.
Merci.
4 years with the Montreal Expos really paid off.
Well, when you hear the national anthem every game for 4 years, you finally learn it in every English and French. So I just learned it in French. And I won't give you a little bit of it. I know you're dying for it, but
I got plenty of it before the game. So a walk to Chazon. 2 on now for Team Canada. And Ryan Wood is the scheduled hitter here for the Canadians, but Grant Garrett may go with a pinch hitter here. And he indeed will. He's going to send Tim Bentley to the plate. And a 3-run home run would put the Canadians ahead.
And we may see more of this today as the game goes on. You're looking for one big swing from your power hitter.
This is Tim Bentley out of Chatham, Ontario. He is the oldest player on Team Canada at 43. And again, that is right in the prime of life in the softball world.
It really is, and that has changed over the years. When you see that your futures team are 32 years or younger, you don't see a lot of young 20-year-olds, and that's what the game really needs back.
Gino Buck, the pitch. Nice play by Powers at third, and he'll get the force at second to end the inning. How about the agility by the big man at the hot corner?
Folks, that's a 260-pound man diving for a ball and making a great play. You see him get in good defensive position. Oh, dives, takes his time. Good throw for the out.
Some home runs for Team Canada. They close to within 2. It's now 9-7 Team USA. Seven lead as we go to the bottom of the third in Border Battle 5, presented by ASA Softball. The NASCAR Nationwide Series heads to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Reagan Smith, behind 2 wins and 12 top 10 finishes, leads a tight race for the championship. Coverage begins today at 3 over on ABC. Alongside Doug Flynn, former Cincinnati Red and New York Met, among other teams, in his brilliant 11-year career. Won a Gold Glove with the Mets in 1980, and we've been talking about defense here today, Doug, and it's really showed up already in these early innings in quarter bout of 5.
Very few times in the years that I played did you see a lot of double plays. Now, you saw some, but at this level you didn't see a whole lot because the ball was, they hit so hard and the fields were a little rough. They're playing on great conditions here with good fielders, and they do have plenty of time. We've seen a double play, diving catch, a little bit of everything, and there's Rick Baker at his absolute best right there.
Second time Baker has been on. A walk his first time up, and now standing at second base. And we were talking about defense. Lee Powers, who made that great play to end last inning, as there's the line drive by Baker, comes to the plate with a man in scoring position.
And when he hit the ball, he's thinking double all the way. They moved the bases back to 70 feet, which is really a lot better for the defense. They used to be 65 and even 60 back in the old days, so it's good to see that they are bringing the defense in, because that makes a guy my size able to play this game at a high level.
Hit on the ground and through. Even with 5 infielders, Powers finds the hole. That's going to score another U.S. run, and it's 10-7 Americans.
Boy's a good-looking young player. You see 5 infielders here, which is pretty common on this elite level now, because with only 10 home runs, there's a lot of ground balls that are hit. You should have seen it back before when they had unlimited. You'd have 4 outfielders because everybody was trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Now Jeff McGavin. McGavin is single his first time up. Terrific fielding shortstop. Nickname is Shooter. And he tries to shoot it through the middle and does. So 2 on now for Team USA with nobody out here in the 3rd inning, leading 10-7. What's the strategy now?
The strategy now is, with no outs, is to try to get another base hit. Because you know the guy up behind you. You try to stay out of the double play. So you're going to try to hit one in the gap if you can, or down the line. And then if you happen to make out, then the guy up behind you will hit one out of the ballpark.
Kevin Bazat, the number 11 hitter in the Team USA lineup. Number 11 is the last spot in the order. He's a cabinet salesman when he's not playing softball. Made last year's futures team. Now looking to drive one. Hits it on the ground to short. Blay, looking for the double play, will only get the force at second.
Now with Bryson Baker coming up, we saw that he's got plenty of power, so he'll probably go ahead and try to get the 3 runs in here with a home run.
So 1 out for the Americans, runners at the corners, and Baker represents the top of the U.S. order. Baker runs a baseball and softball academy. Native of Woodland, California. Big swing down the line. Has enough to get out of here, but it looks like it's drifting foul. Did it stay fair? Wow. It is a foul ball for Baker. He put that into the tree out there.
Well, that's where they have that 400-foot sign resting, and they look like they've taken it down. I mean, that's a monster shot. Look at that power swing. And he knows he's hit it good, but just a matter if it's going to stay fair or not.
That was a wrecking ball. Now the 1-2 pitch. It was an illegal pitch called by the home plate umpire, Steve Nelson, a native of Alabama. Baker swings at it anyway and drives in another U.S. run to make it 11-7. So when it's an illegal pitch, you still have the option as the hitter to swing.
Exactly. What you hope, though, is that the umpire will call it quick enough so that you don't have to swing if you don't want to. But what you hate is when you swing and make it out, then the umpire says that's an illegal pitch. So there's a lot of pressure on the umpire really to say that, and you have the option of swinging or not.
Now Brian Wegman again. He's got a single and a home run here today. 2010 USA Softball Male Athlete of the Year. One of the best in the game. 1-2 pitch. Hit toward the gap in right center, and that's going to get down. That's going to plate 2 more U.S. runs. The former Evansville ace Had a great college baseball career before making softball more than just a hobby. Scores 2 more for the Americans.
The first time I saw him play, I immediately thought of him as being one of the best that I had ever seen. And I played with some really good guys back in the 80s and the 90s, some of the pioneers of this game. And, you know, we had, after the game, you'd go to dinner together. It wasn't like baseball where you had guys going 20-something different ways. Softball, you go eat together, you socialize. Oh, my goodness, is that a play?
Chris Parr snags it and keeps it from going back up the middle off the bat of Philby. And that's 2 down now.
This is an awesome play. You got a big man that just hit you a BB, and if you don't catch it, it may catch some of your face. Great hands that time by Parr.
And big Brett Helmer stands in again. Helmer today, a single and a double. We have yet to see him really cut loose. I'm kind of waiting for that.
You are right now if he gets a pitch.
Hit well. On a line and gone. There it is, a 3-run home run. Check that, a 2-run home run, pardon me, for Team USA's Brett Helmer. And that makes it 15-7 Team USA.
Did that hit the 400?
It might have.
Look at him get cocked, and I mean, this is an absolute BB. Was that Dizzy Dean said somebody hit a ball off of him one time so hard he went through his legs and over the fence? That one short hops out there by the 400-foot mark, and it was on a line.
Dizzy Dean said a lot of things.
Well, that's a good point.
That's the 4th home run for Team USA to make it 15-7. So based on where we're at, score-wise, innings-wise, and home run total-wise for the Americans, they've got 4 now.
They do.
At this point in the game. Are they doing okay with their home run total?
No, they're doing fine. They have 15 runs, and it's only the 3rd inning. So 30 being the magic mark that we have talked about, they're in excellent shape.
Let's go back and revisit the rules that we set up for you at the top of the broadcast. 1-1 count, which is pretty common now across the country in slow pitch leagues.
Yeah, and the reason for that is to speed up the game a little bit.
And you got the 10 home run limit.
That was to bring the defense back into play, because at the elite level, you had scores at times. I remember the biggest scoring game I ever played in was 88-28.
Oh, my. Line drive to left. Jeff Hall with his first hit today. And it's not that he hasn't been hitting the ball hard here this afternoon. A line out to left and a fly out to right, but that time he finally has something to show for it.
Yeah, he's got such a good swing.
Jeff Hall out of Gastonia, North Carolina. This is his first national team. And now Blackburn up again. Also looking for his first hit.
Come on, guys. 1 or 2. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Kind of a unique way to get ready. Now, he's a big man, but look at him standing next to that catcher. Wow.
And Ryan Wood and Tim Bentley and some of these guys, they're just huge. That's Bentley catching now. This is hit well. This might get off the scoreboard. Oh, my. It does. Bang right off the scoreboard. A 2-run home run for Robert Blackburn. And it's 17-7. That's the 5th home run today for Team USA.
I think they'll take 17 runs on 5 home runs. But it's just amazing to watch how these guys, you know, they know what pitch they hit the best because they practice so much. Boy, throws that top hand at it, and the ball hits it just underneath where you get the right spin. And this is a seed. I mean, if it had any air under it at all, it goes over the scoreboard.
And just like in baseball, occasionally a pitcher needs to be settled down, and that seems to be the case here as Team USA is batted around here in the 3rd inning. And they go out to talk to Chris Parr. Also, talking with the infielders, talking about strategy here.
You know, this meeting right here, and you're right, this is just to break the momentum of the United States. There's not a lot you can do when guys are swinging the bat as well as they are. You have obviously some of the best players in the world. They can all swing the bat. So all you're hoping to do is just slow down the momentum, put a little change in it. You see this in baseball as well as you do in softball.
Now Gino Buck again. The pitcher for Team USA. In fact, he was the winning pitcher last year against Team Canada, looking for his first hit. down the line right field, and this is going to be foul. So now 2-2. Gino Buck, full-blooded Native American.
Yep.
Proud Sioux, and he wanted us to make sure that we said that on the air. Hit well to left, but not deep enough. And that's going to end the inning for Team USA, but it was a productive one as the Americans put up an 8 spot. It's now 17-7 through 3 innings.
This is big for Canada coming up in the top half of the 4th inning. They need to put something on the board so this game doesn't get away from them.
Team USA bats around. They lead it by 10. As Team USA adds to its lead, we go to the 4th inning. Time now for the General Tire performance on the field. Let's hear from Team USA.
When you put this uniform on, then you know you're the best, and it's time to strap it up and go out there and give it 100%.
To wear the Team USA jersey is, there's no feeling like it. It's pretty amazing. It still gives me chills every time I put this shirt on.
I have goosebumps right now talking about it, so when they handed me my jersey 2 days ago, I did the same, and yeah, every time.
I know it's softball, but I mean, you put these colors on and it kind of takes it to a different level.
I stayed at the Holiday Inn Express once.
Very prideful are these Team USA representatives. This is quite an honor.
It's not only an honor, but when you play for a man like Steve Shortland with his military background, as well as Randy Raper, who's assistant coach, you have to have that pride. I mean, when you're just around people like that, they make you proud to be playing for the United States.
And it
doesn't hurt to be 6'3" and about 265, 270 either.
It was great to see Steve Shortland before the game, too, during the American national anthem. They played both anthems before the start of this game, saluting the flag. Of course, former Master Sergeant in the U.S. Air Force, and very prideful of being the head coach again this year.
Boy, just another good play. You're exactly right on that, Clay. And you see Powers make another good play down at third base. The thing about the elite level is when you make a mistake or an error, it doesn't just cost you maybe that hitter. It could cost you 6 to 8 runs. And these teams are so good, even more than that, as we saw last year.
So Blay is out, and that brings up Jeff Gare. Line drive down the line. This is going to be a tough play for the outfielder, but what a catch by Robert Blackburn for out number 2.
That athleticism that Steve Shortland was talking about. These guys not only can hit it, but they can run them down.
And that's got to be
is that Johnny Mack out there?
That's got to be disappointing for the Canadians. Yeah, it is. It's McCraw. That's McCraw out in right field. Excuse me. And now base hit for Chris Parr.
Good piece of hitting right there by Chris, the pitcher. But Johnny Mack, buddy, I tell you, that was an excellent play. He's come into the game to play right field. One of the veterans on this ball club, his 5th time being here at these. I tell you what, he's also one of the older guys, but you would never know it by watching him play the game.
Now another pinch hitter for Team Canada. That's Sean Germain. And he's going to round second. Head for third, and he's in there. Run scores to make it 17-8.
That's a big hit right there. Having a couple of outs, and then you get a base hit. Now you have Jermaine who hits one. He's thinking double all the way. Sees the ball going to the gap. Now let's maybe try for third. Picked up his coach just a little bit late, but did a good job. No play at third base and shows some good speed.
Dave Bolt, leadoff hitter for Team Canada. Base hit. Wegman slides. Gets it back into the infield in a hurry. What a throw.
Wow.
You said he is maybe the best two-way player in the country, and he puts his arm on display here.
He is letting us know that right now. He's made two good plays. The running catch down the left field line. Does a great job of stopping this ball. Goes down on his knees, comes up without even hesitating, makes a perfect throw to second. And you can see Bolt is out pretty easily.
That's the end of the inning, 17-9, as the USA is doing a good job here as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Oklahoma City as we go to the bottom of the fourth in Border Battle 5 presented by ASA Softball. He's Doug Flynn. I'm Clay Matvick. Let's go back to 2012, Border Battle 4, and Team USA wins it 32-21. The Canadians did not help themselves in the field. A couple of errors in a big fourth inning for Team USA led to 14 unearned runs. And again, the Americans went on to win it by 11 runs.
That's what we've talked about quite a bit in this ball game. When you give up an extra out, or especially two extra outs, these guys can take advantage of it. And they're like vultures when they get a chance to come to the plate again. You see some bombs being hit here.
Well, that was last year. This year, so far in Border Battle 5, 17 runs on 18 hits for Team USA. And this is for national pride. Steve Shortland's team getting it done last year, looking good so far this year. And again, the United States has won 3 of the first 4 border battles.
That's exactly right. The one they lost, they actually had no outs and men on base and weren't able to get them in. Canada did a great job, and they had a pitcher named Brian Higginbotham that made an unbelievable play up the middle to end the ball game.
That was in 2010. The Canadians winning 30-29. Now the U.S. batted around last inning. Now Rick Baker, the 8-hole hitter for Team USA, leads it off here in the fourth. He's 1 for 1. Goes back up the middle, base hit. This is going to run to the base of the wall, and he's standing at second base.
You know, he's one of those guys that can just do that all day long. He plays great defense. He's got his inside-out swing on that pitch where it puts a little slice on it so it's going away from the outfielder. And he has great speed, just a tremendous ball player. And
now Lee Powers, who's been very impressive, Not just at the plate where he's 2 for 2 with a couple of runs batted in, but in the field. And now he sends this deep to left center. Look out. On top of the building.
And that's over the 400. That's one of those you were talking about, maybe the 450 mark. That ball was crushed.
2-run home run for Lee Powers out of Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina. Comes from a great softball family, as you were talking about, Doug.
He does. His father and his uncle both played at the elite level for a lot of years. And I played against them. They were with a team called Lighthouse at one time, and they were both good. He looks a lot like his dad. Jimmy and Tot, just tremendous guys and tremendous people. Said very little, and I understand that Lee is pretty much the same way.
Wow.
Yeah, that was, they need to measure that one. We need to get one of those little gadgets like they do in baseball, measure the distance.
Now McGavin to center, and Bolt comes in to make the catch for out number 1.
A lot of people have asked me when I played baseball, could an all-star baseball team beat an all-star softball team? And the answer in softball is absolutely no. It wouldn't even be close. Now, if you did it the other way around, obviously the baseball guys, but even the best baseball players in the world, if they came out on a day like today, would have trouble playing against a team like this.
This is Bazat, grounder to second. And he's thrown out for out number 2. That is Jeff Gare making the play. And back to the top of the order. Now, first base has an orange base right next to it outside the foul line. Explain that, Doug.
Well, that's one of the best innovations that they have done in softball, because when you have big men running down the line and big men playing first base, there's a base hit up the middle, then you're going to have a lot of collisions over there. They moved that base over so there would be no collisions at all.
Safety precaution.
Safety precaution, and you know, it eliminates any kind of collisions. I mean, what if you had 2 guys 250 pounds and ran into each other? So I like the idea. You know what? I'd like to see that in baseball as well, because they tell you to run inside the line. I mean, to hit the base, you got to run inside the line. But if the ball hits you, you're out.
Now here's Wegman. He shoots it foul. We were talking about the other safety precaution, you know, that we see the pitchers using now, the face mask. Chris Parr doesn't use one for Team Canada, but I think that's a good move too. And I think you were telling me yesterday about shin pads. We're seeing pitchers use shin pads now too.
Absolutely. Well, with the ball coming back so fast, and you can see that ball got by him before he even knew what to do. It can be very dangerous. And that's one of the drawbacks of having a 10 home run limit, is that a lot of guys like what we call in softball shoot in the middle. And when you shoot the middle, there is a chance for pitchers to get hurt. So I like the idea. If I was pitching, I'd have a chest protector, a mask, shin guards, and whatever else they'd let me get away with.
You'd be the boy in the bubble.
That's right.
19-9, Team USA with the lead. They've got 2 on here.
2 on and 2 out, so there's no doubt what Philby's trying to do.
The Americans have used up 6 of their 10 home runs. Canada, by the way, has 4. Philby, who has moved in behind the plate, started the game as the extra hitter, now doing the catching for the Americans. Hit a 3-run home run in the first, and it was impressive. One of the brightest young stars in the country right now. Boy, that got through the wickets of Gare into right field. Coming around to score is Baker. That makes it 20-9, Team USA. And the fielding errors rearing their ugly head for the Canadians again.
Well, they are, and you know, there's a chance to get out of the inning. And now you bring up, it looks like a pinch hitter is going to be up. Johnny McCraw. You see that ball? That time it looked like the ball may have hit the lip and stayed down on him, because that's unusual for.
Swung on, hit well to left, no doubt about this. Home run, Johnny McCraw. That's a 3-run shot for the Americans. It's 23-9, the 7th home run used by Team USA today. They have been very efficient in their use of home runs, Doug.
Well, and they get a break, and right now that's cost them 4 runs to this point. You see Johnny, one of the older guys on the team, but still one of the best players in America. I teased him the other day and told him, I said, I remember watching you right after I got out of high school and before I started playing pro ball. He said, well, you just keep believing that.
McCraw, former Houston Astros farmhand, after a college baseball career at Appalachian State. Torpedo of a shot out to left. And that makes it 23-9 Team USA. So they're creeping toward that goal of 30 runs. And they've used 7 home runs so far. As Chris Larson, a Team USA pinch hitter, stands in the spot that Jeff Hall was hitting in.
Yeah, I'd say to this point, they're pretty satisfied with the way the game is going.
Larson, right side. Now Gare throws him out. That's going to do it for Team USA. But a good inning here in the 4th. They put up 6. 23-9. Johnny McCraw with a 3-run shot to left. And the Americans in good shape. Play 7 here at Border Battle. This is Border Battle 5 presented by General Tire. Well, coverage of the General Tire World Cup of softball continues tomorrow at 1 on ESPN. USA taking on Puerto Rico. Border Battle 5 presented by ASA Softball. We move to the 5th inning here in Oklahoma City, and Team USA large and in charge with a 23-9 lead. Coverage of the General Tire World Cup of Softball continuing tomorrow at 1 on ESPN. USA taking on Puerto Rico. Then coverage of the World Cup concludes when the world's 2 best teams face off in the title game. That's tomorrow at 9 on ESPN2. General Tire World Cup of Softball at 1 on ESPN and 9 on ESPN2. New pitcher for Team USA.
Looks like Travis Clark is coming into the game to pitch, and he will be wearing a helmet.
And Powers going from 3rd to 1st. And Larson, who pinch hit last inning, will stay in the game at 3rd base for Team USA. Mr. Clark was a member of last year's Futures team. In fact, he pitched against Team USA last year for the Futures and won that game in an upset for the Futures. That was the inaugural event. They're going to have game number 2. There are the Futures getting set to take the field. In fact, Clark in that game, Doug, homered over the scoreboard, and we've talked about some impressive shots. Wow. That was one of them last year. It sailed right over the scoreboard.
How about a guy hits one over the scoreboard and he can't make the starting lineup? Yeah. That tells you how good this team is.
So he'll do the pitching now. And Frank Henry will lead it off for the Canadians.
Like Louis Reyna, did you say he was at shortstop?
Yeah, Luis Reyna has moved in at short for Team USA as they're moving some guys around. There he is.
He's got some good hands.
Henry making a bid. Is it going to get out? No, off the top of the wall, and that's actually what he wants. As the leadoff man, he was hoping that didn't sail out. You can see he breathes a sigh of relief, and he's standing at second.
We talked about him being the best hitter they had. You see this time, he's trying to get on top of it. Cuts under it just a little bit, but not enough to get it out of the ballpark. And being their best hitter already with 3 hits today, Brian Wegman gets to the wall thinking it may go out. Does a good job just getting it back in.
That's the 3rd hit for Henry. Now Cadenhead, who's had a tough day at the plate. Wow, what a throw from deep short to get out Cadenhead.
We talked about the hands of Luis Reyna, and there he goes. Man, that is a nice play. Dives, comes to his feet, makes a good strong throw to first base. Cadenhead is hitless in this game.
Yeah, he's 0 for 3 now, and you talked about him at the top of the broadcast, him being one of the keys to the Canadian success today as Kelly goes back up the middle. That's going to score Henry. No, it won't. The throw back into the infield, and Kelly puts on the brakes at first, and Henry stops at third.
Well, when you're thinking about a run rule and the way the U.S. has been playing, Canada knows they need to put some runs on the board this inning.
Here's Zanoli again. And he pops it up. Drifting to deep center. And that's going to stay in for an out. Out number 2 as Zanoli is retired. It will drive in a run as Henry scores to make it 23-10, but Zanoli missed it.
He did miss it, and I think he thought he had enough of it because he got down to first base, and you could see the disgust.
And the game is getting late as we're in the top of the 5th now. They play 7.
That's right. But there's also a run rule, too, and the U.S. is up 13, so Canada needs to put a few more on the board.
15 runs after 5 innings is the run rule. This one swung on by Chazon into foul ground, and it drifts out of play. Claude Chazon definitely has massive home run power. We have seen it here this week. But he is hitless today. A line out and a walk.
This is a big at bat for Canada right now.
The 1-2 pitch. This one smoked to center, but caught by Rick Baker. Another disappointing out for Team Canada. And they're done here in the top of the 5th.
That ball had overspin on it, and they needed to get those 3 runs. All the U.S. needs now to win this game is 2 runs.
23-10. The U.S. coming back to the plate, trying to win it. Presented by ASA Softball from Oklahoma City, the United States, leading 23-10 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. There is a 15-run rule after 5. That's in play here. The USA against Japan, 9 o'clock Eastern tonight as ESPN's coverage of summer softball continues. The Americans taking on the Japanese team in the General Tire World Cup of Softball at 9. And this is a bit of revenge maybe for Team USA on the plate as they lost to the Japanese team in the World Championships last year. All right, we talked about the run rule in this game, and it's in play here, Doug.
It is in play, 15 after 5, and right now the U.S. just needs 2 runs, so they'll be looking for a base hit and a bomb, and they've got Some pretty good hitters up right now.
They're all good. They are very impressive up and down the lineup.
You know, there's no weakness. That's true. When you come to this level and they put the best players in the country, there's really no weakness defensively or offensively.
Again, a 1-1 count when the hitter stands in. This is Robert Blackburn.
And that's what we'll probably see. They got some home runs. They'll probably go ahead and just hit the 2 home runs and get it over with.
Solo shot to start the 5th, and now the United States just 1 run away from the 15-run rule. That is the 2nd home run for Blackburn today. He had a 2-run shot in the 3rd. Here, a solo home run in the 5th.
Come on, Travis. Come on, Travis.
And the Americans can feel it as Travis Clark, who came in as a defensive replacement to pitch, now gets his first chance to swing. He can win it with a home run.
And the chances of them getting 3 guys of this caliber out in a row are pretty slim. There it is.
And there it goes. Goodbye home run. About a 400-foot shot, too. And Team USA takes Border Battle 5 on the run rule here in the 5th inning, 25-10.
Well, very impressive by this ball club. I think after they got beat the 1 year, they vowed that each year they come, they're going to try to get better and better and better. And Canada just doesn't have enough firepower for this U.S. team.
25 runs on 25 hits, and we said it before, Doug, that efficient use of the home runs would be key, and the United States was a master at that today.
Yes, they were. You know, that is so important, but they have such good hitters in this lineup that they're able to do that. And, you know, for all the folks that are watching this back home, softball is still a great game, great fellowship, great fun. And if you think that you've got a pretty good ball club or you're a pretty good player, come out here and watch some of these guys. It'll make you step your game up.
Again, these are the best in the world.
I love the camaraderie, though, and I love the fellowship that these guys have at the end. You see them going, they all know each other. They played against each other for years. Some of them still continue to play against each other. And you see the sportsmanship that's out here between these 2 wonderful ball clubs. You know, it's not only an honor to play in it, it's an honor to be able to come and call it on TV with you.
25-10, Team USA with the win. They've won 4 of the 5 border battles now. We're back in Oklahoma City in a moment. Oklahoma City Border Battle 5 goes to Team USA 25-10. 25 hits, an efficient use of their home runs. They're limited to 10. They were great at that. And they take Border Battle 5. They have now won 4 of the 5 border battles. Doug Flynn, Clay Matvick back here in Oklahoma City. And softball today, sometimes considered an exhibition sport or just a rec league sport. These guys are elite. It was impressive to watch.
They are impressive to watch, and they seem to keep getting better and better. You're not only playing for personal pride, you're playing for the pride of your country. And when you put that across, it's not the name on the back they all play for. These are a bunch of talented guys that are proud to be Americans, they're proud to play for the United States, and they love the game of softball. That's the key.
Nobody knows that more than head coach Steve Shortland of Team USA. He has been the head coach for every year, and you win it again here this year, Steve. What was the strategy going into Border Battle 5?
Win, play hard. And like I said earlier, we had to make sure that these guys understood that forget about everything else that's going on. This is about softball between the lines. And that's the way we wanted to approach this game. And every time we come out here for an exhibition, or whether it's against Team Canada or our futures team, we want to focus on what's going on between the lines opposed to all the hype that's going out here. And those guys did a really good job of it. It took us a couple innings, as it normally does, but we came through in the end.
Steve, you guys, when you go out and you do your selection process, it's obvious there's a lot of very good ball players in the country. But they better have a pretty good makeup, and they better understand the system before they're allowed to play with this team here.
Absolutely. It's and I said this in one of my interviews earlier in the week. We talk about, defense being a big part of how we select, as well as offense, because this is an offensive game. But character, and understanding the importance of to represent at this level. That's got to be paramount. So the character is a big part of the selection process, absolutely.
Steve, what is the future of USA softball at this level?
I think it's good. As Doug can tell you, it's changed over the last 20, 30 years. The advent of home run limits has kind of put more athleticism in the game, a little more emphasis on defense, things like that. And I think kids are starting a little younger now. They followed their dads around playing slow pitch, and so they're actually starting at a younger level. A lot of baseball folks are coming over at an earlier age now. So I think the future is bright. I think Doug can tell you the best players in the nation 20, 30 years ago were in their mid to upper 30s. And now that number has really crept down quite a bit. And it's because of the reasons I just said. So I think the future is great. And I got to tell you that the young folks that we had today on this USA team, the guys that were on the features team last year, absolutely fantastic young men. So I'm looking forward to what the future has for our sport.
Well, we know that you are the absolute leader of this ball club. When it comes to the players on your team, is there one person that kind of keeps them all together that you would call your captain or your leader?
Well, we have our rah-rah guys, and then we have our leadership guys. And I got to tell you, I lean a lot on Brett because he's such an ambassador for the sport. He's well respected by everybody, not only his teammates but his opponents. So, if we don't really designate captains. I'm a firm believer that you don't need to see on your chest to be a leader. But if I've got a guy that I had to pick out and you're going to hold my feet to the fire, it's going to be Brett.
Brett Helmer, one of your great leaders, no doubt about it. But everybody deserves a big salute, as we saw you doing to the flag before the game here today. Another win for Team USA. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
There goes Steve Shortland. He's been the head coach of the Slopitch national team ever since 2009 when the team was put together. And I think he's right. The future of this sport at this level is in good hands.
Well, I do too. And we're going to get a chance to see that as the futures play a softball game. And, hopefully there's going to be a lot of young kids that are going to watch a game like today and say, that's the level that I want to strive to be at. Not just playing on Wednesday night or Friday night in my hometown. I want to make it to the point where I'm playing on ESPN.
And right here in Oklahoma City, the mecca of softball in the United States. Team USA wins Border Battle 5, 25-10 on 25 hits today, many of them home runs. And here's our General Tire game summary. Efficiency is the word that comes to mind when you look at this line score here today.
Well, it is 25 runs on 25 hits. I think the number that sticks out probably the most, no errors in balls that are hit awfully hard. Only one error for Canada, just not enough firepower to hang with this big club. Bryson Baker, the leadoff hitter, we said one of the best players in the country. 4 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, a home run, and 4 RBIs. And Brian Wegman, who in my opinion and the opinion of many others, the best two-way player in the sport, 4 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, a home run, and 3 RBIs.
There you have it. There's the final score, 25-10 in Border Battle 5. Again, many of these guys are friends. Let me play together, even though they're very fierce competitors here in border battle. A lot of respect down on that field.
As well there should be. I mean, they are good people. It is a game, and softball is still to be played to have fun while you're doing it.
25-10 the final. The United States wins Border Battle 5. Back to wrap it up in Oklahoma City right after this. The Border Battle 5, presented by ASA Softball, goes to the United States 25-10 over Team Canada. The NASCAR Nationwide Series heads to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Regan Smith find a couple of wins and 12 top 10 finishes, leads a tight race for the championship. Coverage begins today at 3 on ABC. Doug Flynn, Clay Matvick back here in Oklahoma City. 25-10 the final score. 4 of the 5 border battles now have gone to the Americans. Another impressive victory today.
Well, it was, and they utilized almost all of their home runs. They had a 10 limit. They ended up using 9, scoring 25 runs and putting the game away in the 5th inning. And, you know, this is a very, very good ball club. And I think after the years we mentioned before, when they got beat by Canada, they said this wasn't going to happen again.
Enough's enough. Game Track presented by ASA. Here's a look at the highlights from the game. And Team USA in the first inning got it going. Kevin Philby, a 3-run home run, got the scoring started. Again, the limit is 10. The U.S. very efficient. Second inning, Canada comes right back. James Kelly, a solo shot, then a 3-run home run by Al Blay. They put up 4 in the inning.
Yeah, that was very important to answer to the USA, but boy, they have so much. There's a big blow by Baker right there who just crushes this ball. Brian Wegman, you see, hitting a home run. Not real happy because he didn't have anybody on base, and you very seldom in most games see anybody frustrated by hitting a home run.
And we move to the 3rd inning. Team Canada trying to come back, trying to pick away.
That's Jermaine, looked like hit that ball, and they're so strong that even when they try to hit singles, they go out of the ballpark.
Big Brett Helmer. Almost hits that 400-foot marker. And that robo was good today. Robert Blackburn.
Yeah, we saw some monsters hit today, some well over 400 feet, but these guys can do it. There's no doubt about it when they hit it. There's not a baseball park that's safe when they're at the plate.
Blackburn had a 2-run home run in the 3rd, a solo shot in the 5th. Boy, he never gets cheated at the plate. And so Team USA does it 25-10.
That's true. When it came time to put the game away, too, they did it in fast fashion.
Well, Bryson Baker joins us from down on the field. He was 4 for 4 today with a home run, 4 driven in. He scored 4 runs. That's a good leadoff guy, and he joins us now. Bryson, what was the strategy going into this game? When you guys talked amongst yourselves, getting ready to face Team Canada, what was said?
Well, we knew they had a good team, and we had to keep the pressure on them. So we wanted to score every inning as much as we can just to keep that added pressure to them and make them take swings that they don't want to take.
Bryson, you're obviously one of the best hitters in the country. That's why they've got you in the leadoff spot. And what a lot of people don't realize, you want to put your best hitters up front. They're not necessarily hitting 3rd or 4th. You're a good base hitter. You certainly can hit for power. And today was just a good indication of just how good this team was. Did the loss to Canada a few years ago have anything to do with the way you all played the last couple of years?
Yeah, well, of course. You never want to – anytime you compete, you never want to lose any game you play. And that added to our fire. Every time we come into this game, we want to say we are not going to lose this game. Do whatever it takes as a team, and each guy to do what it takes to get that level.
Well, the thing that's impressed me is you continue to get better not only offensively, but defense plays a big part with this ball club.
Yes, defense is very important, especially with the 10 home run limit. I mean, that defense is the most important thing in this game.
You've been around the game a long time. Do you think that's a good thing to happen because it does bring a lot more players, say the smaller guy, can now come out and know that he can compete at the elite level? When it was just a home run hitting contest, there was a lot of guys that lost interest, but now it's bringing that interest back to the smaller guy.
Yes, it's a much exciting game now. It brings the little guys in it, the speedy, fast base hitters, defensive players. It brings everyone into it, so it's more exciting.
You've been playing at the elite level for a long time, Bryce, and people watching here today say, hey, I'm a pretty good softball player too, but what does it entail to get to this level?
It's practice. I mean, you got to go out and put in the work that you need to during the week so you can come out here and compete at this level.
All right, Bryson, congratulations. You take Border Battle 5.
Thank you. I appreciate it, guys.
All right,
Team
buddy.
USA now has won 4 of the first 5 border battles. Can't wait to see it again next year. It's always fun to come here to Oklahoma City and watch these two teams go out.
Well, it's the mecca of softball, and I have been here 30 years ago to play in a championship game right here on this very field. So when I come back, my adrenaline gets going. I get the goosebumps on my arms, and to watch teams that are this good is absolutely amazing.
All right, let's take a look at the Lumber Liquidators' big stick of the game. Lumber Liquidators' big stick. And from Team USA, Robert Blackburn. There is one of his 2 home runs. He had a 2-run shot in the 3rd, a solo home run in the 5th. Put that one on top of the locker rooms out there in left center field. And he is one of the young up-and-coming stars. So is Reyna. Team USA wins it 25-10. We're back here in Oklahoma City right after this timeout.